is not just economics that drives every union budget. It has a strong dose of politics too. To unravel the political economy of this budget, we have with us Rajiv Pratap Rudy of the Bharatiya Janata Party, the main opposition party in Parliament, and Vinod Sharma, the political editor of Hindustan Times. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
If I can start with you, Rajiv, what do you think are the political signals that this budget is likely to impart?
Well, to begin with, I would say that the government has said, and right from the president's speech to later when we had a small session, they've said about 100 days. So they have to go for that kill. And possibly that is why you can see a lot of flutter in the ministers when they're saying that we want to have this 100 days kill. And that may reflect some way for an aggressive measures to achieve that what they want to do it, and may incorporate it in a budget and push those things. Well, there are a lot of expectations from this government because what was inherently not there in the last government is there, stability.
I mean, what about spending in terms of development spending and these issues? Vinod, what do you think?
This budget would reflect the mandate which the Congress has got. They'll have to make major investments in the social sector. They'll have to make major investments in the creation of infrastructure. There is already a talk that NREEAG, which is a successful program by their perception, would now focus more on creation of infrastructure in the rural areas. So they'll have to do everything possible to bring everybody within the ambit of the economic liberalization program.
But what about issues like targeting particular gender class? They're talking of reservation in jobs in government. They are talking about reservation in parliament. They're very serious. So do you think this budget is also going to look at some form of spending in terms of...
Yeah, this budget would be a budget that would bring to the fore the political economy of this country.
Rajiv, what about the fact that Maharashtra elections are due? What does it mean for the opposition, both
well,
at the center
the
and...
elections are there in Haryana, the elections in Jharkhand and Maharashtra. And looking into that, but I believe that Congress, yet UPA believes that the momentum of the last elections is good enough to take them along. So they do not have to focus on the states for their projections and plans. Of course, the economy, what Vinod says is what he believes that the government will focus on the social aspects, on the social infrastructure. What we personally feel that there is a great demand for the infrastructure and raising the consumption demand. And that investments have to come in because with the meltdown, the impact may not have been visible. And then the proactive steps which the government has to take on the face of reforms, because reforms in the last 5 years had come on a back foot.
Just curious, you as a commentator, do you believe the fact that the opposition, particularly the BJP and the left, are in a fair amount of disarray? Does it kind of make the ruling government's job easier in pushing its own agenda?
No, I don't think so. It's unfortunate that the opposition today is in a disarray because only a strong opposition makes an efficient government. And I think that opposition has a role in any democracy, and in our democracy it has a bigger role because given the kind of different interest groups that you have in this country, the social interest groups, the economic interest groups, the political interest groups, and I think that a strong opposition is a necessary must. But I think that Congress, I have always viewed Congress as an implicit coalition. When it ceased to be one, it lost heavily on the ground. And the Congress, being an implicit coalition, would have opposition coming from within. If you have noticed that in the previous tenure of the UPA, there were interventions by the party, via the National Advisory Council, which led to many programs, which in retrospect they are claiming as good programs. And the same kind of intervention you would see in the months to follow, and it will be very evident and will manifest itself in some of the proposals, budgetary proposals of the finance minister. The Congress president, if you know, has already written a letter to the Prime Minister. The National Food Security Act is a major agenda with them. And I think that even Rudy would agree that that food is an issue still in vast tracts of India.